Here's where I'm going to show you how to assemble this little tabletop toy. So first, we're going to start with this large central piece and grab the central rails for the marble run. These are a little easier if you put it in from the side and then twist and then just pop it in. You can flex it a little bit, but I'd be careful not to bend the rail too much, because if there is a warp or a wave in the rail, your marble won't roll quite nicely. Slide it in, pop, and pop. Alright, once the inner rail is done, we're going to do the same thing with the outer rail. And slide it up. Here's something we might end up having to do a lot in the future, is joining the edges and then twisting it into place, just because the tension is going to be high enough that you'll need to pop it in this way. And grab the rail from the base if you need to and slide it up into place. These hooks should be engaged, be a nice little square from each other, likewise from the back. Okay. And we'll do the same thing with this one. Twist it into place. And pop. And pop. Alright, so now we should more or less have our rails in place. And now we're going to need to do the hard part. So these little clips will stabilize the outer loops so that when the marble runs around, it doesn't just fall out because these things are so floppy. So we'll pinch the rail on one side and then slip this in. And here's where we're going to need to use that little pivot technique. We'll grab it, slide it in, and then we'll bend this one open, slide it in as well. Pop, pop. And then we'll do the same for this side. So sometimes what you might need to do, if you can't quite just rotate it in place, is you'll leverage your fingers and then snap it in this way. You want to do it evenly so that you don't bend those little prongs. If they are a little bent, it probably won't matter too much so long as everything assembles together. But you do want to be as gentle with this as you can be. Thankfully, these don't use a lot of plastic, so if you end up needing to reprint a rail, it's not the end of the world. All right, so more of the same. Together, slide, and snap together. Alright, so now our rail should be nice and even. If you want to, take marble, if you've already printed one, and just slide it between the rails, and make sure that everything is nice and loose. Okay, now we can assemble some more of our main structure. So we're going to take this little member right here. It's got the two prongs on the top and the two on the side, and we'll just snap this in here. And this should be a nice easy pivot. And then you can see the little standoffs. This should be facing this hole, not from this side, but from this side. And we're going to take one of our little pivots here. I'm going to snap this into place as well. Just push it in. Should be pretty good. We'll take this guy and also snap him over. Okay, there's our hinge, and there's our hinge. We're going to take our two little components here. They should have a chamfer on the side of the plate. My plate is textured, so there's a very small chamfer on this side and it's flat on this side. So I like to put the chamfered face on the inside, it's a little bit easier to snap together. So just align those edges and push it right on. Likewise with this one. There's my textured side, which has my chamfer. And we'll just snap that on as well. There we go. This will stand. We'll take our switch. We'll snap this on as well. And our last little pivot, we'll put right on. And for our last step, we'll make sure that our switch is right in the center. If you look at your plate, you'll see that this hole is not centered. It should be towards the left. And then we're just going to line up all of our little base pieces and snap those on. No particular order. And then this little guy. Push. There we go. And that's it. And then if we add our marble back, put it right in there. Time to have some fun.